Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
And today we're going to talk about an article from a writer from Minneapolis, Patrick, who said, "We don't need Caitlin. Finals are just fine without her." So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit the notification bell when you do. So there's this writer, and we don't know whether this writer has a vote. I will say that they do allow sports writers and media people that based out of the cities where the teams are in the WNBA, and he is in Minnesota, so he may be a person that has a vote. We don't know. They don't. It's all anonymous still. But on Friday evening, Rob, he wrote an article. The article was entitled, "These are an unforgettable WNBA finals, and we didn't need Caitlin Clark." And the subheading read, "The links to the New York Liberty showed Friday and have shown all series that this new era for the WNBA is not about a single player." Now, who does that sound like?
I wonder.
I wonder what coach said that. Maybe the Minnesota Lynx coach, Rob?
It could be.
So first of all,
if memory serves me well.
No one said the WNBA finals needed Caitlin Clark, but the ratings would be higher if they did. Rob, game 3 came out, and game 2 was 1.34 million. And I think game 1 was only like 980,000. And then game 3 was 1.4 million. That is still less than Caitlin Clark's first game, which is 1.8 million. And it's her second playoff game, which was 2.5 million. It's still less than that. So they do need Caitlin Clark, because if Caitlin Clark was playing, it'd be 10 million views, Rob.
I mean, and then they're always promoting, "Ooh, we've increased our attendance for the finals is very high." I'm looking at some of these articles. I'm like, what? You only got 1 million something. That's not high. What are you talking about?
And they could use Caitlin Clark, Rob, for the quality of the play too, since she's basically the 4th best player in the league right now. And offensively, she's the best player in the league, and she's the best passer in the history of women's basketball. And I haven't seen any great passes from what I've seen. And they're missing all sorts of layups, and that's one thing Caitlin Clark does not miss layups compared to other women in the WNBA. There's stats on that to show she was highest among the guards in terms of not missing layups percentage-wise. So they could use her, Rob. So let's not be delusional about it. But what's worse is his next quote, and this is what he said. His name's Patrick, and I can't pronounce his last name, Reusse. And this is what he said. "Clark put more eyes in the league for sure, but she didn't belong in the Olympic team, and also could have been missing from the all WNBA team announced this week if receiving as much attention for her record-breaking turnovers as she did for points and assists." She got plenty of attention for the turnovers. In fact, people like you were obsessed with her turnovers to the point of being unrealistic and unfair, Rob.
Right. That was always like, "Oh, she made a great assist," but what about the turnovers? That whataboutism. I love that seems to be a theme of everything nowadays. The whataboutism. It's like,
and not doesn't belong in the Olympic team. The league's more about more than one player. Do you think he's friends with Cheryl Reeve, Rob? You think she's friends with her? I mean, he covers the team, and he's a longtime writer. Yeah, he's an older guy.
I think maybe they go way back, Mark. I think they go way back.
You think he lacks objectivity, Rob, which I've been stressing. I'm sure he does. Yeah. And that's ridiculous. And he's ridiculous. To keep her off the second team All-Pro? I mean, really, get a life.
Well, are you watching any other games? Are you just sitting in your chair?
He doesn't watch. Well, now what's funny?
Well, I'm sorry, Mike, but no, he's watching the team that we were told that we should be watching after they won the Commissioner's Cup. That's what he's doing. We're supposed to be watching the Lynx. We were told to.
Now, what's silly about all this is he calls himself a Clark booster, which is a strange way of terming the way Clark has been covered in the past. Since the article is published, fans have been pulling some of his past posts about Clark that made his words even weirder. Back in February, he wrote on X, "Caitlin Clark in State Farm ad. every time I see this national phenom, it amazes me that I discovered her. This is in February, Rob. I knew about her 3 years before that. Okay, so you didn't discover her. All right, then he goes on to say,
I knew her back in the day, Mark. I knew her back in the day.
I mean, I watched her for 10 minutes on TV, got in the Buick and drove to Des Moines and Iowa City to unearth the story. Unearth the story that had already been existed for 3 years. And then he said, I'm not a braggart, but I'm clairvoyant.
So he must be Indiana Jones, I guess, you know. Yeah, look what I found. I discovered this.
2 weeks later, he added, quite a coincidence that I basically discovered Caitlin Clark, and now she set all-time scoring record inside a sold-out barn right here in Minneapolis.
But she's not a first. But she should have been on an Olympic team or on the second team all pro. So
he tripled it down on this self-aggrandizing sentiment in May by saying, "I can't help but continue to wonder if this phenom of American sports interest would ever have happened if I had discovered Caitlin in early February 22."
I'm so glad. I thank him. I want to meet this guy. I want to thank him for bringing me out to recognize who Caitlin Clark. I never would have known about her at all if it wasn't for him. I thank him.
Well, he's so delusional and arrogant. After that, he said, "Oh, well, clairvoyance is a burden I carry." Oh, my God. He unearthed a story that was 3 years old, and he wants to take credit for it.
It's clairvoyancy. Wow.
And then they showed a video from Caitlin Clark was taking photos for people and put her phone down, and then he stepped on Caitlin Clark's phone earlier this year. Not on purpose, but he's just this old delusional guy who, and I can call him old because I'm old. He's just delusional. He's just like, well, if you think she's so great by her past comments and you unearth this phenom, why are you trying to minimize her accomplishments both on the not being on the Olympic team and not even saying second team all pro? I mean, that's just ridiculous.
If he's so clairvoyant, why didn't he predict that this would happen, that she would be rookie of the year and she would be be able to, a fantastic player. I mean, and then on the other hand, yeah, then say like, oh, she's not really that great. She shouldn't have been there on these teams.
Well, I don't understand. If he really was taken by her and really enjoyed her as a player and thought she was a phenom, why is he trying to discredit her now? I'm confused. I'm really confused by this guy. He must be senile or something. Because
maybe it's crystal ball broke, Mark. I don't know.
This makes no sense whatsoever that he was a big fan in February and now is hating on her and trying to minimize her accomplishments. So you discovered her, dude. You should be promoting her.
Right. Yeah, you found out who she was. You went hunting. You did your Indiana Jones, put on your hat, and discovered. Drove down to Des Moines and Iowa City just to see her. So.
This guy's delusional. Okay, he needs to be. The men in the white coats, they have to take him away, Rob. But the media continues to try to minimize Caitlin Clark's accomplishments and trying to pretend that she's not the main reason that even the views for the finals are up because of Caitlin Clark, the new fans that she brought in and the light that she put on the WNBA. That's why the ratings are up. Not 100% because of Caitlin Clark, but mostly because of Caitlin Clark. So let's be honest about this. Yeah, they didn't need her in the finals, but I bet you they'd be 5 times the ratings if she was playing.
I wonder, even if she was in the finals, Mark, would they even be promoting her?
We'll find out how accurate what I just said is in terms of 5 times the ratings. Because right now we don't have the rating for Game 4 yet, but Game 3 is only 1.4 million, which still isn't that impressive considering Caitlin Clark did it in the first round twice. So we'll see what happens. Game 5 is Sunday night, so we don't have the ratings for Game 4 or Game 5.
Tonight. It's tonight.
So we'll see. Maybe they'll get up to Caitlin Clark's first round game.
That's right. It's tonight. Geez, shall I be watching the Mets Dodgers? I'll be watching the Lynx Liberty game. I wonder what I'll be watching.
Well, I'm actually going to watch the game. So, because I said I would watch Game 5. I've only gone back and watched like parts of the fourth quarter in the 4 games because I refuse to watch them. But I did say I would watch Game 5, so I'm going to.
Okay.
Let us know what you think. Let us know if you're going to watch the game again tonight. It's at 8:00, so my 2 football games during the day, and I'll probably switch to basketball. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next videos. And you can join Rob and I for our live show this Monday, 6-8 Eastern time. It's every Monday except for major holidays. You can call in for that show if you want. If you want to donate to this channel, there's super chats and super things down below. And there's a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.